Hello guys, you're welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to continue with the buffer analysis topic, which you've already had in the previous video. So in the previous video, we made use of this similar set of datasets, and what we've done is that we've created a single buffer zone around this point feature, around this placement, which represents a precise geographic location of a chemical plant. So in this video, we're going to use the multi-ring buffer tool to create about 3 buffer zones, like 3 concentric buffer zones around this chemical plant. So let's get started. I'm going to locate the multi-ring buffer tool from the ArcToolbox. So this tool, guys, you're going to find this tool under analysis tool, this proximity tool set. You're going to get the multiple ring buffer tool right here, and I'm going to double click on this, and I'm going to specify the input features layer, which would be the same input feature layer that we've used for the previous video, where we've created a single buffer zone using the standard buffer tool. So I'm going to choose this as the input layer, and I'm going to specify the output location. I'm going to call this as buffering. I'm going to save it in this folder. So I'm going to head over to this section where I'm going to specify the distance intervals. So for this tutorial, we're going to create 3 rings at different intervals, at increasing intervals, distance intervals. So the first distance, I'm going to type 400 meters and click on this plus sign to add the distance, and I'm going to type another distance, which is going to be 600, let me see, 700, put 700 meters. I'm going to add it as well, and the last distance would be 1000 meters. And remember guys, all these distances are in meters, and I remember emphasizing to you guys that when you're working or when you're doing buffer analysis, you have to make sure that your data frame is in projected coordinate system, as well as the data sets that you're using, they should be in projected coordinate system, so that distances are measured in the unit of meters. So I'm going to head over to this buffer unit and specify meters as the unit, and then I'm going to leave this distance as the field name for the output file, and I'm going to leave this dissolve type, and I'm going to click this OK button so that the processing begins right away. So let me click on this, and you can see right now the tool is running. So it might take some minutes, but surely the tool is running. Alright guys, we have successfully generated a multi-ring buffer zones around this chemical plant. So I'm going to open the attribute table this, and I'm going to inspect the attribute table, and I'm going to realize that we have 3 different polygons, and each of these polygons represents an independent buffering. So when I highlight this and I head over to this map canvas, I'm going to see that that corresponds to this first ring, which represents a 400-meter buffer zone, and this other one represents a 700-meter buffer zone, and this last and the biggest ring represents the 1000-meter buffer zone. So I'm going to style this buffering layer a little bit such that this zone, this smallest zone, I am going to give it a hotter color, signaling that zones that are closer to this chemical plant are the high risk zone. And this one, I'm going to give it some color that signals that this zone here is a zone of moderate risk, and this is the lowest or the lower risk zone. So let's head over to the symbology. I'm going to use the value field, I'm going to use distance as the value field, and then I'm going to change this color to a water color. I'm going to give it a red color, and then I'm going to also click on this. I'm going to give it something like yellow, and then I'm going to give a green color over here. So I'm going to apply this, and that is it, guys. So with this information, we'll be able to tell that zones or areas that falls within this 400-meter zone are at high risk of any danger from this chemical plant compared to the features that are within this yellow zone, and the features within this green zone are in the lower risk zone compared to these other zones. So that is it, guys, with multi-ring buffer. And if you find this video useful to you guys, like this video, and if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, see you again in the next video, where I'm going to show you the techniques of spatial joint, whereby we're going to find out how many residential buildings are within this red zone, the yellow zone, and the green zone. So stay tuned for this interesting upcoming tutorial. Thank you for watching.